A Toyota HiAce transports 7 million Ugandans and more than 59 million Nigerians to their journeys every single day. But there is one thing that was done on this car that made it the most dangerous car in the world. You see, this car has some markings to identify it as a commuter taxi. But if you remove these markings and tint its all glass windows, it's no longer the favorite means of transport, but a death trap where countless activists, political opponents, businessmen have either died from or disappeared from, never to be seen again. So how did this car become the most loved car in the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa? Yet again, the most dangerous car. What changed? And who is behind the disappearing of people using this car? The Toyota HiAce. Let us start from the beginning. Released in 1967, HiAce and its variants immediately became the most beloved car in Africa for its efficiency, applicability, and practicability. And the reasons being that Africa has a few urbanized centers, and most of these sub-Saharan Africans living in rural areas, public transport like buses, trains become so much impractical and inefficient. Let's suppose that there is an average of 50 daily passengers in Asokwa traveling to Accra, Ghana's capital. But all these passengers don't travel at the same time. Some travel in the morning, others during the day, and others later. You see, you can't put a bus with a seating capacity of 68 people in this route. It immediately fails. Either you have to force all the passengers to travel at the same time, or the bus or the train will be traveling at a fraction of the capacity. And both of these scenarios, none make economical sense. 2. You cannot make a country car dependent. It's dangerous both for environment and society. And the cost of running this is astronomical in terms of fuel and maintenance. So as most Africans were stranded, a savior was on the way. This car can be repurposed for many uses. As a passenger car with a seating capacity of 14, which is a perfect solution for the routes with a few passengers moving at a different time. That means the passenger would no longer worry about time. If there is a vehicle at any time, a passenger having a meeting at 2 p.m. shouldn't wake up at 7 a.m. to catch the only bus and go waste time waiting for the meeting. But Toyota HiAce redefined transportation in Africa. Because of its medium seating capacity, it became the default mode for short routes, and buses and trains became the mode for longer routes or cross countries and intercountry routes. You see, if you feel like you're tired of transportation, you could repurpose this van and start ferrying all your luggage. Do you have a large extended African family where you want to take your uncles, aunties, and grannies for a picnic? HiAce is your superhero. And also, don't forget this car was built for the harsh African roads and terrains with a few journeys to the garage. Actually, if there is any abused car in Africa, this is the car. It's literally a donkey on wheels. And it's because of these advantages and familiarity of this car that its disadvantages start to appear. Perceive this. If you want to be a successful kidnapper, you don't have to stand out. Imagine going for a heist in a Mercedes G-Wagon. Every eyes will be on you, and the success rate of your heist will plummet. But HiAce is the perfect car for kidnapping and crime, since it is very common and spacious. You just pull up to your target, grab them, and throw them in the car, even during the day where everyone is watching. The only description the witnesses will give is a white drone with hooded men. Hundreds and thousands of activists have disappeared by this car, later to be found dead or never found again. The victims who by God's mercy survive to tell the stories about the haunting journey with this car. The stories become horror stories. Stories that you don't want to listen to. Stories that you can't even wish to your worst enemies. Stories that even the devil himself is scared of. Stories all done in this car or aided by this car. As most Africans love this car as their favorite means to move from one place to another, others, it's their worst nightmare. This is the car that took their family member never to be seen again. This is the car that when you see it moving behind you and you have enemies, you no longer see a car but you see death. Kindly allow me to conclude by saying that this guy is not the problem. This is just a tool that criminals and dictators have used to harass and commit atrocities. But we shall continue fighting these criminals to their last. We shall make our world safer. Thanks for watching Walai Insaforum. We tell the truth about people. Consider subscribing. Thanks. We meet again.